This past weekend, I went to the Toronto Regionals and I finished 8th place with the best deck in the entire world. I'm telling you right now, this deck is absolute it's better than Despia. It's better than Sword Soul. It's sure damn way better than Fluan. Let's begin! Guys, before we get started with this deck profile, I just want to let you guys know that if you guys want to buy this entire deck, you're looking for singles, looking for anything Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG related, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, be sure to use my TCG Player affiliate link in the link down below. It costs you absolutely nothing, but it will help directly support the channel because I get a little bit of kickback for you guys shopping on my link. So make sure you guys check out the TCG Player affiliate link in the link down below. Shop using my link, guys. You know what I'm saying? I love you guys. And also, by the way, have you guys guessed it already? Who is this Friday's Duel Nights guest? I'm gonna roll it again. Who is it? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you guys want to get early access to all Duel Night episodes, be sure to check out the Duel Night Patreon in the link down below. Sign up for the Patreon right now. Go, go, go. All right, guys, let's jump into the profile. All right, guys, welcome to the deck profile. I haven't profiled this deck yet on the channel, and I'm super duper glad that I played this deck at the regionals. This deck was super duper fun, and what I played, of course, was ABC. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. It's ABC, easy. Do re mi, ABC, do re mi, yeah. This deck was just absolutely fire. Nothing to complain about the deck. I feel like it's very, very strong. Mixed with the Therian Engines, Braves, Therions, and ABC. Literally the best recipe right here. For this deck profile, my personal opinion. My total record was 7-1-1, so I had 7 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. So I only lost 1 match the entire day, which was the Sword Soul. And I opened up full combo, but my opponent just ended up opening up better than me. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna start off with the engines first. So we're gonna go, of course, double A Assault Core, double B Buster Drake, and double C Crush Wyvern. No need to play any more copies of these guys in your deck. And the 1 Union Driver, this is all you need. You know, before I enter the regional, Triff told me to play 3 of each piece, so I told Steven. He doesn't know what he's talking about, so yeah, I decided to go with 2 of each piece. It's absolutely insane. A recycles back, B searches, and C specials from hand, which is really great. And the wonderful thing I love about this deck is that if you don't open up Union Hanger, you basically play puzzle hands, and it's like solving the Millennium Puzzle, you know what I'm saying? So there are so many crazy awkward hands that I had at the regional, which I was able to full combo with. And the hand is super duper awkward, but nonetheless, this deck was super duper fun to play with. So good. So next year, Therian Engine, of course, double copies of Therian King Regulus. This card is absolutely phenomenal. It's one of the cards of the deck needed 100,000%. The fact that it's able to equip Machine Monster to it is insane, and the fact that you're able to use its ability to just negate anything on the field is just really good. Sending this card to the graveyard for a cost is also really great. So once, you know, if your opponent tries to nib imperm you, you can just go Therian, you know, sacrifice this. It's like if your opponent tries to nib imperm you, this card's a cost sent to the graveyard. So if they go Nibiru, you activate Therian King Regulus to negate. This card will no longer be on the field for your opponent to avail or nib you, obviously. So that's really good with Regulus. The fact it's a cost, and with the field spell reminds you so much of Lost World, which can easily recycle these cards back from your graveyard to your hand. And that's why I didn't think 3 was necessary, because I just felt like the field spell was just so much better than Regulus itself, right? So 2 copies of Regulus, really good. You know, to continue on with the engine, of course, triple copies of Union Hanger, really great card. You open this card up, you win 1 terraforming, so your 4th hanger alongside with your set rotation, which is your 5th Union Hanger, which is really, really amazing. But you need to maximize yourself on actually drawing field spells, and 3 copies of Therian this Coliseum. This card is absolutely phenomenal. People play the 3 Regulus and 2 Therian this Coliseum, but I decided to actually play 3 copies of this. I felt like the field spell is better in my deck, which I'll showcase you guys why. And also at the same time, the fact that it reminds me of Lost World makes me so happy to just pilot this deck. Once per turn, if a monster you control will be destroyed by battle, you can basically dump a Therian monster directly from your deck to the graveyard to protect it, which is really great. And if a monster on the field is destroyed by battle, you basically get to target a Therian monster in the graveyard and basically add it to your hand. This card right here dumps Regulus to the graveyard to protect your monster from dying, and also at the same time, when a monster dies, doesn't matter if it's your opponent's monster or your monster, you basically get to recur back Regulus from your graveyard to your hand. That's why you don't need to play 3 copies of Regulus. I felt like this card is just so much better than Regulus, because it searches Regulus and it also recycles Regulus, right? So 3 copies of this Coliseum is absolutely mandatory to play in this deck, in my personal opinion. So 3 copies of that. Next off, for your Brave package, you know, you're playing 2 Water Enchantress and a Wandering Griffin Rider. Honestly, with this specific variation, I felt like maybe 3 Water Enchantress was good, but I obviously played the 3 Rights, which is really great as well. The reason why Rights, Draco back, and Faithful is just so good with this deck is the fact that Faithful just discards an ABC piece. In this deck right here, if you're discarding Draco back for your free discard, you're definitely doing something wrong. You never want to discard this card because this card is like you're only out to Mystic Mine, especially if you're only playing 1 copy of Draco back. So what you're trying to do with this deck is that you're trying to send your ABC pieces to the graveyard. You always want to hold this card in your hand whenever you search it, so that way that you have an out to Mystic Mine, especially against Striker, which I faced 2 of at the regional. This card came super duper clutch at the regional. But the only thing I probably would have changed was, this might be a little bit ballsy, but for this deck right here, I'll explain to you guys later once I go through my utility cards. I probably should have just played 3 Water Enchanters and 2 Rights, just like I did with, of course, what is it called? The Disc Coliseum and the Regulus, right? So I felt like the Searcher cards is just more impactful, and I'll explain to you guys why. But yeah, this package is insane, right? These 3 engines mesh really well with the deck. Next, triple copies of Pot of Posterity. This card is really good. You want to see your Union Hanger as much as possible. If you don't draw Union Hanger, it's a little bit tough to combo off, but there are so many cute ways for you to combo off in the deck regardless. But Prosperity just helps you see your hanger, which you want to see in this deck. So next off, for your utility cards, I play triple copies of Side-Frame Gear Gamma and the 1 Driver. This engine right here was probably the best thing that I actually ever decided to play with this deck, and that's why I believe I did super duper well. In clutch scenarios, especially going second, this card becomes really powerful at helping breaking boards. Gamma in the B room, my side deck, also came up a lot as well. The reason why this card is so powerful in today's metagame is because Draw and Ash exists, and the fact that you can just Gamma the Draw or Gamma the Ash just instantly means that you have game. And I resolved Gamma in the tournament 4 times the entire weekend, so being able to resolve this card right here was absolutely incredible and won me all my 4 matches that I played at the regional. So Gamma is really great, and I'll explain to you guys why. So with this deck right here, you have Foolish, 3 Hanger, 4, 5 Terraforming, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. In this deck right here, there are 13 ways for you to get Droll and 13 ways for you to get Ash. Outside from playing Ash against this deck, there's no other ways for them to Ash other than obviously these cards right here in your deck. If you activate Union Hanger, they have to Ash in, especially Water Enchantress. Every time I activated her effective search right Armnesia, she always gets Ash 100%. If you don't Ash the Water Enchantress, you get Griffin, and then the Ash in your opponent's hand is dead anyway. So they're forced to Ash on the Enchantress, forced to draw on Union Hanger, forced to draw on Prosperity, Therian, Disc Coliseum. There are so many ways for them to draw an Ash you in this deck, and there's 13 possible ways to do it, especially with Gamma. And once you resolve Gamma, you basically win the duel. And once you go second, this card is just so good at breaking boards. Like the fact that you can just go Water Enchantress, Bear negate it, obviously chain Gamma, like that's already, you're already breaking your opponent's entire boards from there on in, right? So Gamma was just so good. It overperformed for me for the entire weekend, and I felt like it's one of the best decks to actually play Gamma in my personal opinion. So obviously Gamma is just really, really good. Next, of course, for your hand traps, triple Ash Blossoms, and of course triple Droplet. These are just my great utility cards. Ash is really good. Stops the Random Fusion. Not really good against Sword Soul, but you always side this out against Sword Soul. Card's not good. And Droplet is just absolutely insane. Helps breaks board. For my last round, obviously I'm playing on the bubble. For round 9, going second, guys, game 2. I open up Coliseum, Union Hanger, and Right with Forbidden Droplet and Prosperity. Like, that's already game, man. That's like a god hand. And of course, Mystic Mine right here for your 7th field spell. Really good. And Called by the Grave. And fun fact, the reason why this deck is so cool is because Draco back to combo off with set rotation is really great, because you set rotation, give your opponent the Disc Coliseum, and then you activate Draco back on your, of course, Rights token to bounce back the Disc Coliseum to your hand, so you can activate it to search a Regulus. That's like one of the craziest combos I've done this week, obviously. It's one of the bread and butter combos that you must know with this deck. So that's pretty much it. 41 cards. The 41st card was obviously the Driver. So yeah, I think Gamma was just so good, guys. You guys gotta play Gamma. By the way, just a sneak peek, guys, I have my over sleeves coming out very, very soon. This is Samurai Dojo sleeves coming out, so guys, be on the lookout for these, man. These are absolutely insane. So, and also these Fire Dojo sleeves are also coming back as well. I'm gonna be restocking them really, really soon. So triple ABC Dragon Buster, Appaloosa, really great. She's really good. I face against Striker. I usually make her, and then they lose. Barricade to recycle your field spells, and also sending your extra pieces to the graveyard is really clutch. IP Masquerena right here. Sorry for the huge glare. Unicorn, Phoenix, Platinum Gadget, Hashima, Access Code Talker, which is really great, Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, to be adding Nister. Obviously, you need to play her. And last but not least, you're going to play, of course, Dugalis. I actually gamed somebody with this, which is great. Waguska, and of course, the Psy-Frame Lord Omega. I made him 4 times this weekend. Once they waste a hand trap on your cards, you Gamma, you make Omega banish another card from their hand. Like, you're starting off with a 4-card hand, man. Like you're not beating like 10 negates with a 4-card hand. Baguska obviously overperformed as well. Really great card. You know, like D-Berry doesn't hurt this deck. Like people side D-Berry against this deck, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just make Baguska pass. Like D-Berry doesn't hurt this deck at all, man. Like you don't understand. Don't side D-Berry against this deck because it does absolutely nothing. That's pretty much the extra decks on the side. Triple Lightning Storm, of course, right here. 1 Red Reboot, Harpies, and 2 Twin Titty. This card is just really, really amazing. So right here is 7 back row removal, and I purposely made it 7 because of my siding patterns. So basically against like back row heavy decks like Eldritch, which I faced 1 in the tournament, these are the cards I will usually take out to put these 7 cards in. So make sure you guys have a proper siding patterns to know what to side in and side out every single time with your with your deck list. So obviously, like, you have 7 cards right here, and these are the 7 cards you side out against back row base decks because they do absolutely nothing, right? So you take these cards out, you put these cards in. I face a Guru, and I also face against an Eldritch, so I just put these blowout cards in against that deck, and then I take these cards out, which do absolutely nothing against those specific matchups, and then you just win the duel from there on, right? So yeah, this 7 back removal is just really, really important, guys. Next off, of course, triple copy of D-Bear. This card's a turn skip, so Sword Soul, against Branded, this card is insane. Call D-Barrier, call Fusions, you win. Double Nibiru and 3 copies of Dark Rule No More to round off for your side deck. I felt like Nibiru was better than Token Collector in the side, and I was playing Token Collector over Nibiru before, but I felt like Nibiru just covers up more ground for sure, especially against combo-based decks. Same with Dark Rule No More against the ABC Therian Mirror. You want to side Dark Rule No More in just to negate everything, which is really, really good. So yeah, I honestly, I felt like maybe I should have played 3 Nibiru's, 2 Dark Ruler, but I didn't really face too many combos decks. It was just mostly Despias, Sword Soul, Eldritch, 2 Strikers, and stuff like that. So these cards didn't really come up for me, but the back row removal came super duper clutch. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my 8th place ABC Therion deck. Am I a washed Yu-Gi-Oh player? Absolutely. Am I good? Absolutely not. I'm just kidding. You know what, guys? All the stigmas around Yu-Gi tubers sucking at Yu-Gi-Oh, guess what? I don't suck. Okay, right now I'm actually giving this playmat away on my Twitter, so if you guys go and check out my Twitter right now, Team Samurai X1 on Twitter, follow me on Twitter, and I'm giving away this beautiful playmat signed by me. Yes, this is my top 8 prizing. I spent 9 hours top 8 just to get a playmat. Konami, please give us better prize support. I love you. Okay, oh, before we go, just sneak peek, this right here is the official Dual Knight deck box. Probably one of the sexiest deck box I've ever released. Look at that. Oh my god. Season 1 Dual Knight deck box. You guys are gonna love this. Just a little sneak peek to showcase you guys what's coming. We get a Dual Knight collection coming very, very soon. So there we go. Of course, beautiful, beautiful deck boxes. Red and black interior right here with the leather divider with the Dual Knight. Absolutely insane. Super duper insane, guys. So guys, make sure you guys get ready for when this drops, man. It's gonna be absolutely insane. So that's the Dual Knight deck box, guys. Little sneak peek. All right, guys, so that's pretty much for the deck profile. I had super duper fun at the regionals. Over 360 something players at Toronto, and I came 8th place. Here we go. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys at the Nationals. I'll see you guys there, okay? This is your boy Sam from Team Zero Sam signing out. All right, guys. Peace.